Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map number 2 is upon us. Made in Brazil. Well, a calculated comeback on the T side of Anubis. T side, though, not so favored on Nuke. I'm Pineapple, joined by Boggs and 9Z. They're the ones that have to start on the offensive for their own map pick. Bomb dropped in towards Hut. This was a no-nonsense, quick and fiery round, and it leaves Max in the 1 versus 2. Against the world. 57 HP, no bomb recovered either. First block. A little bit of BM. Clear Heaven. Almost caught jumping, but no. Exit does recover. Finds the kill. It finds the round for Made in Brazil. They carry the momentum from map 1 into map 2.
It's a good pistol round for Made in Brazil. A very solid start here on map 2. They have to close it out, Nate. They have to finish the job. They can't let it be half done. Each would be our decider. The equivalent record between the two teams. Some of the opponents for MIBR are slightly different. Oh, 9Z.
Pistols, maybe 1 at most at range. I got like an MP9 with a deagle, but as far, no inroads, no safe haven. 4 kills, none in response to split players. Exit insani was incredibly low, but the block for Max, no chance. Absolutely not. These 2 players just clinging to the red box, trying to stay alive, and they will do some success. Burns him. And this is his first isolated kill in a very long time. Only 1 found. Boggs to carry over the storyline from map number 1. This is now 11, 12, and 13 rounds in a row.
It's taking me some time.
Pretty swift start, but a carryover of that streak is absolutely incredible for MIBR. It's 3 rounds away from the 16 rounds across 2 big score line. There's Turtle taking a dry fight in towards Trophy. Has that smoke ready to blow. Catches David before it pops. He's got help as well. DGT versus the extensive player build. Still taking a very Henny able to get 1 in almost a second with that MP9 to force personal. Breezy and MIBR. Max, however, deals with Burns and Noble with frags for him. Bomb versus his way back to the A side. Exit up on the outer yard. Sonic on 14 Max holding that fight. Bomb behind his back. Silo tries to get Heaven. Low on health, needs to be very careful with these fights. Drops that retake Heaven smoke. AGT falls with it all up to low HP and try it. Insani just spamming the angle of the smoke, knowing roughly where his opponent would be. Gets it with the MP9 before the nade will finish. That's a nifty little bonus round victory for MIBR.
2 AKs recovered. Bomb plant, though, and the close scoreline might compel 9Z into an investment. They're at like 37-50, 38-50. If DGT and Max go for a little bit of utility, they go for a fast A play or something similar to change the pace, or to go for a more measured approach. DGT goes for Kevlar and AK. It's going to be a half buy, which is a very interesting one. Back to their old antics, compromising their next buy in favor of some XBAM in the current. All the development was for their buy. 2 M4s, 2 AKs, and off. Good utility kits versus the 0 AK, Tech 9 on slot of 9.
Can't underestimate the Tech 9, but softening them up with nades will help you out. And Insani hearing the rush out, gonna get blinded by David coming in. Mini burns his backside, only gets 1 as David picks up a pair. DGT with the AK strikes on the Henny, trying to toss nades in from Heaven. The bomb will be planted Mini, but that's exactly where Exit waits. Turtle coming in from the lobby side of things. 9Z looking to crackle play goose, take this half by this meager investment. Has already been a bomb plant and 3 kills. Made Brazil's money not in a great spot. They might just save here. That's not a terrible idea considering their financial straits.
They say Turtle can drop a rifle to Burns and they can scrounge together something decent. No off, of course, but he needs enough on considered. 9Z. Go-round victory does well for Turtle. Records find 1, finds 2. Okay, he's doing it on the way out. Will they attempt to find him? Stop that offense too valuable, especially for trying. rifle saves for both sides of the equation, one of them, though, being the op for 9Z. The result should have an okay buy. It won't be the best. They have rifles across the board. They should. There we go. Good enough utility. Kits present for turtle and exit. Yeah, this is good. This is good. A very smart and prudent save. Nets an extension toward the second rifle by around 5. 9Z, though, they put a cap on what was that? What was that? A 14-round in a row streak for Mid Brazil.
Yep. 14 rounds in a row. Finally. But Insani is able to trade out on the try. That's the op gone. Henny's up on top of Garage as well, and it turns into a man advantage for Made in Brazil. Buda spots it out one, but David will finish off another. Burns in though. There's one kill for him, looking for two. Sprays wildly. David doubles up. He had a pretty rough Anubis, but he's having a good nuke. DGT with the last onto Insani, and 9Z will scrape together 2 rounds in a row, putting Made in Brazil on the eco half by.
Yes, they will. They've broken the economy. Very well done to strike back in the early goings. Minus is a CT-sided affair. So to be very close within striking distance now, 9Z have the win in their sails. It's the best start they could ask for, barring a pistol round victory. AKs across the board, pistols against them, only USPs in fact. This looks incredibly good for the T side. Progressing to quickly, covering all their bases and working slowly and slowly. Keep the front clean, build up that decent economy. It's so hard to reset once it gets rolling. Pressure is measured, and once again, overstepping their bounds. 2 kills for Bryson Nunn. Against USPs, they know that now. Should be a clean or mostly clean victory.
I cannot sleep at night.
David is building up his momentum and his personal league confidence. Burns and Henny is holding. Bomb not yet planted by 9Z. They're still holding the pushes themselves, waiting to see if Made in Brazil want to overextend. No decision whether it's going to be A or B. They're just chilling out, working around the map. It's a very slow, methodical approach by the team side. And I like it. It's a very good look. It shows just what this event means to these teams and how much they're taking everything in stride, not doing anything that costs them. Ooh, that cost actually that David. That was a risky jump down. We all tied up. 2 rounds of good start for that team. Stonewall MIBR on their own offensive, and he's got that off, no op for try though, but a good amount of money for 9Z. Bomb plant will get them a fortuitous buy. Even without it, they should still be fine for the next round. But I'm assuming they're going to play picks again, dude.
Should. Outside yard smoke cross. That was good. Max working around the edge of it. When you get in the garage for free as well, there's nobody here. Exit's looking for it, but a lot of control gained for 9Z and no damage taken or negligible amounts of damage taken. Spreading out across the map, they're getting a lot of control. 9Z. What we expected to see on their map, they showed up a lot of the issues they showed us yesterday. That is the call now for 9Z with these 2 players in towards garage. What is it for the play? They towards A or towards B? They're just stuck playing reactionarily, not really playing with their own ideas.
That's a good one from Exit, but David trades it out. The op in the hut is able to get one on the Buda. The wild spray, the lock. There's a lot of damage. David has one. He's now exposed, but he's still able to finish off Exit. And he's still around the hut. Gets the flick on a DGT. Burns in with another. Henny with 3 on the round. Good aggressive opping from the veteran on Made in Brazil, and their lead will remain theirs for now. Again, money was plenty for 9Z. They'll buy up again. The op should be able to try his hand this time, and it will. So we'll be able to counter Henny if the fight comes that way outside. Maybe a bit of ramp pressure, though, could be a good idea for 9Z, since they haven't really done aside from, let's say, with round number 2, the insani go. So, that could be a good one. They're going to go back to this lobby outside default thing. A lot of pressure put on these two areas.
A lot of pressure from the outside yards and the Yobi going. Making an adjustment, playing front guard. I like the flash in. It doesn't blind the player, but still nets the frag nonetheless. Second with smoke, not quite. Exit instead is receiving some in return. Combining fire for Buda, and David does exit in. 1 for 1. The issue is Buda is still quite low, and Turtle is still kicking around. Turtle grasping at straws, can't find the frag on right. David finds it. He also had a quiet first match. Very quiet. Now he's top of the board. 12 kills to his name for 9Z. On time, everything is caught from behind. Will they expect Burns in here though? He's a monster with multi-frag. He will be cleared by Buda, and Buda does not miss. It is the kill secure. He'll race out into A, and that should be the round as well. Henny on the op, it's too inflexible. It should be a 4th for 9Z, and it should isolate that 1 round victory for Made in Brazil.
Isolated victory on the CT side is always tough to overcome. You can't really throw anything on side monetarily if you with isolated. This is just starting to get out of control early on, 4 rounds, and the reset for MIBR as well. It's worth that hunt to get that op out of his hands if you can find it. If not, it doesn't really matter. You still have enough money to reinvest. It doesn't look like they will be able to find anything. But the opportunities that 9Z are being afforded right now by Made in Brazil, making this a little bit more convincing that to go to a 3rd. Yes, it is taking a minute so far. It's still very early on. But 9Z with 4 already. This is a very good sign for them. And they're looking stronger than they did against Paquetá in that previous matchup.
Made in Brazil. Didn't have to build it up. They only got 1 round victory and Other on pistols. And he does have the op, of course. Say he has to be a hero off in this round, might not do enthusiastical justice. He has to do it all. Let the pistols really ring true. We have seen them do so in the past, but 9Z offensive just looks so good on you.
Like a promise in the
Henny trying to get something done with his op. David might just have that opening kill on a Turtle, who's ready for the push, that flank through heaven. But it is dealt with accordingly. DGT adds another one. That's Henny's op gone and dropped. Exit does find 1 onto Buda, who doesn't seem to have his lucky stars shining. David is back in the driver's seat and leading his team from the front. insani has spotted, but he doesn't take the shots. The last man alive here for MIBR. For damage, he shoots a little prematurely though. David will put him down. There's 4 kills again for David. A quarter of his kills come in this round, but he's still far and ahead above everybody else. Double DGT. Fantastic work for 9Z. Now a lead on the team side of Nuke. To buy again for MIBR, but no off for Henny. A couple of kits make okay with the utility. But they haven't really been able to mount too much of the defense so far. It's been 9Z dominating the play. But the fact of the matter is, 9Z haven't even had a really go beat. It's just been the same outer yard lobby default every single round. It's been working.
9Z has been happy. Or been happy with the scoreline already. Happy with just the basic plays coming through and coming to fruition, and happy with their individual performers. David David at 16 kills. Again, he was absent on map 1. He is now a force in the server. 4.0 KD by the start of round 10. The Fly hasn't had to do anything on the off, but he has necessarily on the flag. Made it to Brazil and kind of left out. Wrong. Again, they're playing reactionarily. Everything people are trying to use. For the most part, they've been trying to react to what 90 does, and that's not what gives you victories. That's just trying to stay alive. It's instinctual. Trades come out towards A, 2 for 2. Control has been taken. Long plan is forthcoming. Tries to recover Bobby as well. It's recoverable from Made in Brazil, but it's going to be difficult. And he finds the first on David. A good start. Try as well as isolated on the roof. This is definitely doable for Made in Brazil. The question is, can they unseat Buda on the side?
Buda was such a linchpin for them on that first map of Anubis. He's going to do one so far. Needs a little bit more. Just a try. And he making a lot of noise. Buda is dealt with the try still alive. We expect the second player here. Doesn't matter if they do. The op is the one-shot kill. She's got a good angle on the bomb. Time is so far gone. And he tags a 1. Try to an AK. And he shuts down. Try grabs it off. He's able to survive here. Actually, it will go off, but he's still fine. 9Z 6-4 now. They've already achieved what they want out of this half with those 6 rounds. Now it's just adding on the pressure, icing on the cake, as we say in our North American idioms. The technical pause has been called. So we'll figure out what's going on here. It's going to give them a little bit of time for 90 to cool off and for MIBR to settle. The problem is for Made in Brazil, they're going into this next round with a half time.
Never gets easier for Made in Brazil. Side can be so brutal in this stage of the game because when you win one, you're still on the cusp of being reset. You're still on the cusp of falling right back down into the zone. The pressure's never off. But I even dare say that the first round is easier than the second. The second round often comes after a tight-knit victory, and then your bias compromise going into the second round is just all the more difficult. So we're kind of just stuck in that cycle of winning a round, being reset, right back down. Economy's kind of getting to that point now where they have so much money that money resettable because of that deficit.
They say I can't, I say so what? Just watch me go like a supernova.
How do they find a way out of the line? It's not an easy task at all. CT side can be very unforgiving. And I don't know, Nate. It's almost about time to dub them Unforgiven. This half is quickly becoming out of control into the favor of 9Z. If they're able to get an 8 out of this half, it's almost ready to just book it to Ancient.
I just feel like at this point, sometime soon, might be the point where Made in Brazil cut ties. I don't say they clock out because they still try something, but they realistically have to tell themselves, for the sake of, mental, that they have to take it on Ancient. It's kind of approaching that point because this is an obscenely CT-sided map and nothing's going on in their favor. Boot up 1, 2. Shutting down the pistols. Made in Brazil trying to find something with some sort of crunch, some sort of aggression, but aggression is yielding nothing. Insani can't even find it with a deagle, his tried and true weapon. Turtle, Insani. We'll find 1. Okay, a second. No, not quite. Turtle trades it with the P250. He's loved that weapon as well. Swapping to it quite a few times. We saw it on Anubis as well. Swapping to the P250 in lieu of the op.
I love the P250.
I love it too. David,
I love it more than the Deagle. P250 and Sonny gets that kill. Just gonna say it.
Okay. Tactical pause called by Made in Brazil. Well timed as well. We were kind of criticizing 9Z because they use timeouts leading into eco rounds. But we do see Made in Brazil doing the opposite, using one of their timeouts into a rifle round, and that could definitely help them here. Henny has the op. They have rifles. Do they have a kit? Insani should buy one up. It would behoove him to buy one up alongside utility. Nope. No kit. No kit whatsoever.
This is bad.
This is bad.
Burnson could have not bought a helmet and had a kit. This is MIBR being lost in the sauce at this point. They're losing the plot. They're losing their minds. And 9Z now have full opportunity to just take control. They still have not rushed ramp, by the way. And at this point, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's exactly what the call is for 9Z. Why fix what's working? Why change if what we've been doing for the past, was it 4 or 5 rounds now is just continuing to work?
Why complicate?
Yeah.
They're running defaults, and it's working time and time again. 7-4, 8-4. If they find it, it's also going to be followed by 9. Just looking so good for 9Z. It feels like they can do no wrong. Scooping up, winning their duels again. David's at 19. He hasn't slowed down at all. He's almost at 20 in 12 rounds.
Jeez. Try to get that 4.0 KD back, Nate. Oh, that's a good opening from Turtle. Buda goes 1 for 1 as well. Tried trading out onto exit, but Burnson has added another one to his tally. Looking for another multi-frag here as Made in Brazil cannot afford to lose many more rounds out of this half. Molotov to J-Hall, DGT and Try getting down the ramp, the bomb making its way down, but there is a player watching for it. Insani just inside the double doors towards control. Window broken. Information for Made in Brazil as another player makes his way down. Smoke down, DGT off plant, but it's a perfect laser by Insani. Try, no way to get a refrag out of that one, and I think he's just going to try and save this one at this point, or make sure he doesn't get knifed at the very least. There's not really much you can do out of this out of this round, and it's going to be MIBR grabbing a 5th, a very critical 5th round.
Talked about it though, hyped it up. Sure, they're winning a 5th round, but it's a big but. They need to win a second to actually balance the economy. They also have to win a second relatively cleanly. They keep 3 alive here. That's good. That will mean they have a solid bye going into round number 13. But this round is incredibly important. If they don't win it, their money's going to be bad yet again, right back into the doldrums of saves/half buys. The pressure, this is where it mounts. This is where it comes to a head. If they lose this round, it should be 8 and 9 for 9Z. But if they win it, then they have a chance to come back into this first half and make it a recoverable situation.
Even 8-7 is hard to recover. Especially given 9Z's CT stalwartness. But it's about just doing what they can in MIBR. You cannot just go out with a whimper. You have to fight. There's the old saying, Nate, that countries that go down fighting rise again. It's the same thing with teams. Teams that go down fighting will rise again. They will find a way to get back into it. And this is a best of 3. This is only map 2. It's not the final map. So for Made in Brazil, just do what they can here on map 2. If they win it, awesome. If not, just do not stop trying. Do not stop moving forward. Move along onto Ancient. If that does become the case, Try with 1. Buda gets picked off, and Henny has 2 on the rifle. Not on the op as he would like, but he gets a lot of damage done with that one to a 3v3 again. Max lurking at our yard, spotted and removed by exit. That's a messy fight, and one Max should be winning. Insani on 9 HP, holding the squeaky door, and he might just catch DGT, who just slips behind and goes back into it. The bomb drops for Insani. And David with a 1v3 up in heaven, dropping down, has not been heard. But getting that bomb is going to be so hard, especially with Burns in the fence.
Burns is the insurance policy. He should be the one that secures the round. A good kill onto Insani to start, but well, he knows Vents is a possibility. It's quickly. Oh, he looks for it, but exit. Exit in the back of lobby is the one to bail him out. It looked so good. David had a read. David playing from, I don't know, a higher level of existence right now. 20 and 7. Had the read on the second down Vents. Looking so good for him. But in the end, he can't pull off the 1 versus 3. Wasn't ready for exit. He was too focused on the Vents. Timeout called by 9Z in the dying embers of this first half. Only 2 rounds remaining. Made in Brazil could snatch away the advantage if they sweep these final pair of rounds. 9Z, though, they call a timeout going into an investment, and it's going to be a solid one at that. AK's utility and opt for Try. Do they go for something different now? They finally met a wall. Made in Brazil finally found their footing. Do 9Z change the pace? Do they go towards ramp aggressively? Do they do something more aggressive towards secret? Do they go back for more of the usual? I'd have to say if they call a timeout, it should be something different, but I'm excited to see.
Nades are exchanged. No damage taken by either side just yet. David's might actually find some, though. Nope, it doesn't go deep enough. Exit is spotted and chased away. Flames to ward him back. Flashes will cover. The smokes will as well. He's still in secret. Can definitely find himself a pick. But Max is going to sprint on down, and Exit already left. He's down the tunnels now. Max just holding the angle. Outer yard control and presence again from 9Z, but a little bit different this time, working David top hut. He'll drop down, and Buda's going to join him. They're going to go for a wrap towards hell or ramp. I like this idea, especially if they go towards heaven. There's a lot of different angles for Burnson to watch. He's flicking around like a madman.
He knows he's in a bad spot. He has to fall back, but till then he's going to flick back and forth. He's actually going to drop into the site and commit instead. I like this. Get a little bit more assertive. They know outside's a possibility. Adjust without forcing the duels. Push into lobby. Oh, but DGT lurking around in towards Squeaky finds one. Burns and now comes back out of the hut. Turtle does drop DGT finding the trade, but the op is too quick, too ready for Burns, and they know that lobby control was the attempt. Try doubles down, dropping Turtle as well. Exit and Henny, the last two remaining. One outside towards CT spawn. Might be caught by the player Heaven if he's... Careful. There's a player down below, and Henny does drop David. 3 versus 2. Don't think they go for it. And he's just sitting in CT spawn. Exit is here, though. Exit's actually flashed in. It looks like they are attempting it. Exit forces himself into the side, and he'll find the first. He'll tie it up. This suddenly becomes much more doable. Henny's raced forward as well. Planted on the back of sight. They'll compel him forward. Max, though, wins the critical first duel. On the op of Henny, it might find one, but there's no way it finds both. Max and Buda combined for both. 8 to 6 secured for 9Z. And they're now looking for a 9th as well. Made in Brazil. Their money's all over the place. They will have to buy. They're compelled to do so. It's compulsory in the final round of the half, but they are going to have some glaring compromises. The MP9 for Insani, the 5.7 for Henny. No kit either. Has the makings of a 9th round for 9Z.
They just have to finish the job in this round. They just have to get it over the line, not do anything stupid, not die to anything crazy, which can be easier said than done. Something like that can always ruin your day, but Max will survive that initial spray. More bullets landing against the chain link fence, but Exit not getting the kills, not getting any more damage aside from that initial bit on to Max. Burns in down to the vents, trying to hold a bit of an off angle, and he will group up with him as well. Play in the vents. Burns will retreat to the stairs to the headshot, and Henny will post up. Molotov towards double doors. Max goes for the jump spot, sees no one, swings out. Does he have help? He does! Burnson's able to get one. Henny swings for the next, and that's a nice little 1-2 punch from the MIBR veteran and one of his young guns. Molotov to clear out the vents, but Henny's long gone. Turtle falls in the meantime, though, out towards J-Hall. DGT punching him out. And with Henny's health so low, he is very wounded, but still the 5-7 up close, and they will have to clear him very, very precariously.
Burnson here as well. It's like a crossfire.
Mm-hmm. There's a fast ramp. No, there's nobody ramp, but this crossfire is good.
It is, but he's cleared.
Never mind.
Do they go back? Yes, they do. David finds that kill. It looked so good. It looked so promising, but duels are won rather cleanly for David. Again, he can do no wrong. 22 kills. Exit will find one to tie it back up. He drops DGT towards the ramp, but plant has been secured, and so have the post plants in the back hall. Insani again on only an MP9 makes things difficult, makes things awkward. I like this angle from David. Again, he's playing from above. He's playing from a position of seemingly higher form. 22 kills, looking for a 23rd and potentially 24th. The MP9 is getting close. David though, so good. He finds the first. He finds the second. He's unstoppable. 9Z coast to a 9th in the first half, and it looks good going into the second. We'll see if they can take us to map 3 after the break.
Hold on to you, hold on. can't believe it's so true. Whenever you touch my hair, I'm feeling closer to you. Nothing else can compare. And higher we fly, admire the beautiful things you do. And higher we fly, desire these moments just with you. With you, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh, with you, with you, with you, oh. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. It never felt so right with you. I'm gonna hold on to you, hold on. Hope you feel the same way too. I'm gonna hold on to you.
Here we are, half number 2 with 9Z taking a commanding lead into the second half here onto the CT side. MIBR, only 6 on the defense, Nate, and that is not enough. It's Boggs and Pineapple Phillips with you on the mic. Map number 2 of the ESL Challenger Katowice South American Closed Qualifier Grand Final winner goes to Poland. Loser stays at home. David, a good nade, a well-timed one. Max with one, but David cannot continue his fine form. A blind Buda gets dumpstered by Henny as the Glock swarm the A site. The bomb is looking to go down here, but Try still awaits them in the heavens. Turtle actually just spot him out, though, and he will fall. That's a good little bit of work by Try to delay the bomb plant. And Max has also found time to come through on rotation. Insani trying to hold for him, gets caught. Henny has not planted it. DGT tries to follow Try, and Henny's low on ammunition, tagged and all but bagged. A flank into heaven. It works for exit. Max has done so much damage, but he has to get these kills. He's dancing around the silos. There's so much at stake.
So much. 3 bullets left. He'll be forced to reload, forced to capitulate the plant at the very least. But he'll now inch forward. A refreshed magazine in his gun. He'll swing forward, does some damage to Henny, who was so low, but the Kevlar saves him. Only 16 damage taken to the body, and the Glock in return does it all. 7-9, Made in Brazil take the second pistol round and begin to build back against the lead that 9Z built in the first. Keep in mind, for both these teams, this is a CT-sided map. 9Z, they did well to find the 9, but again, it's a far from over situation. The pistol round can bring Made in Brazil right back to a tied scoreline, and some astute observations and individual play could also very quickly bring them back into it.
SMG will win that fight. Insani jumping around with the Mac Daddy. The scout from Try had some heroics against Paqueta, but it's not back silos this time. He'll have to do the job. It'll be a retake in. Insani caught by the Deagle of Buda, who goes for 2, but he is punished, sticking his neck out too far. And he trades that one out. David and Try here. Turtle around the corner. David here as well. Smoke going to the ramp, going to reveal position. He clears the wrong side, and David this time puts him in a bag. The bomb not yet down. Try making his way through as well. Potentially an upgrade for him, something better to use. Bomb being planted for Faith at the very least. A lineup, but Try brings it to a 1v1. His health so low, but a scout headshot would win it for the Argentine Opper.
A headshot would do it. He's waiting for the plant. Calling the bluff. Exit, though. Wants to take the duel. Walking in. Gets the kill. Try a little bit too predisposed to switching to the pistol. Is caught. Had he had the scout, he might have found the one tap. The USP, though, requires 2 at minimum. And that will not cut it when your HP is so low. Made in Brazil skate by with a narrow victory against the force of 9Z. And they will now look onwards and upwards. They should have a tied ball game at the end of this round, but the investment still makes things a little bit scary. 2 Galils, 2 Mac 10s to take on the likes of a Deagle, a 5-7. Make that 2 Deagles and 2 5-7s. And a USP for 9Z. Mac 10 straight out of Hut. Reckless abandon. 1 and 2. Jumping for Insani. Brimson finds a 3rd. Buda does offer a very small amount of resistance with the 5-7. But Try is left alone. Isolated across the map from the action. He's out in the yard. The bomb plant should come through at any time for Made in Brazil.
And just like that, the lead that 9Z had gained on the T side has been evaporated. MIBR closing it and tying it up. Now Try can do a little bit of damage. There's a couple wounded players, burns and an exit. But this is a great response for Made in Brazil after the break. They use the halftime to regroup, get back into this, and now it's looking like a bit of a contest. It's not looking like Ancient is as guaranteed as it once was. 9Z, they will get the guns out next round, though, and that's where they can start to do some damage of their own. That's where they can look to build something out. Try. He does get 1 onto Turtle. That's just a Mac 10. Sure, that'll be thrown out of the map. That's not something they'll want to use in this round. It's down on the ground. An AUG for DGT, Nate, instead of an AWP available for Try. Next best thing is that $3,300 automatic scoped rifle.
I like it.
I'm a big AUG fan,
yeah.
So I like it.
I'm a big AUG enjoyer. It works close range for the one-shot headshot, point blank like the 5-7. It also works at long range with the scope.
Mm-hmm.
Pick your battles, DGT. M4 surrounding. It's a very solid buy again. We talk about 9Z cutting corners. They don't really cut any here. They have the kit. They have good utility. This is what I wanted to see from them. Made in Brazil, their buy is actually more hamstrung. They have 2 Galils on exit and Henny. We'll get the job done against 2 players, Max and DGT. One-shot headshots available there, but beyond that, it's going to be very difficult. Buda and Try start things off well for 9Z in the rifle round. Dropping 2. Burns it and Turtle taken down without much of a fight being offered. Insani behind the vents. Spot Max either. The spot could be important. It could be impactful for Made in Brazil to get back into it. It has not been acted upon as of yet. There we go. Insani peeking out, finds 1 in heaven. He's spammed away by David, though, in response. Player pushing forward, taking his stead. David finds 1. David finds 2. Spamming into Hut. He finds the headshot on the exit. That is a way to close it. He can do no wrong. David. 28 kills and a play like that, spamming through Hut.
He's got more than double DGT and Try. Or not, he's got more than double both DGT and Try. He's got more than DGT and Try combined. Those are his next 2 teammates. It's the David show.
He's approaching 30. He's 28.
And he might just get more.
Oh. Pastor's Curse leads to a double entry on towards A. Now things get awkward. This is an investment for everybody except for Turtle on Made in Brazil. They are taking this A side. Henny, in fact, finds Max and DGT. It's his turn to be the juggernaut. He finds a pair, exit the final nail in the coffin. Made in Brazil shut us right on up. A quick, resounding response. They silence David immediately and take control of the site and the round by extension, tying us right back up at 10 apiece and isolating that victory for 9ZT.
Almost like the start for MIBR, the isolated victory. But 9Z are able to buy up quite a bit into this round, although they lack pretty much any form of utility. 2 smokes, a flash, a molly, and an HE. A glass cannon op, and a kit for David on that deagle. The MP9 for Buda. A full AX stack looking to come through, though. It's the back silo nade stack, but nobody's there for 9Z, and MIBR will not get lucky here. This is getting a bit interesting of a round, and the fact that the nade stack does nothing so much was hinged on that opens up an opportunity for 9Z.
There's 1 smoke, 1 flash, that cobbled together weapon buy left from a 9Z, and that's nothing. Insani a pair, burns in another to open it up. Leaves DGT on the AUG, never mind. Leaves Buda on the MP9, and never mind. Insani and Henny find them both up, recovered a clean and flawless one as well for Made in Brazil against the force buy of 9Z. Stealing away the lead, expected, in fact, I would say heavily favored to find a second round as well beyond it. And from there, it's, again, that hop and a skip away, 4 rounds separating them from a clean 2-0 victory. And it's a tactical timeout called by Made in Brazil, of all teams, at the start of round 22.
Yeah, I'm very befuddled about this one. This is incredibly bizarre. Why would 9Z not be the one calling this timeout? Why would MIBR be calling this timeout? Unless they're like, hey, we've struggled against their pistols. Let's do XYZ here and just not get caught. Wait, they've used 2?
No, that was only 1.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure
I saw 2. Yeah, they used 1 at the first half. Forgot.
Yeah, when things got tough.
Yeah. But it's a very curious call by MIBR to call this one. And I'm interested to see what the response is.
A little more pressure on the outside yard, maybe, like we love to say, a psyop.
Yep.
Always love those.
Maybe a bathroom break.
That's a fast bio break, but definitely possible.
Maybe it was a player who died earlier on the round and just like, okay, I'm going.
That's true.
Oh, that was a fast round, so I don't know.
It was. Regardless, it's Deagles, a CZ, and a Dream. 1 player with Kevlar, that's DGT. 1 player with Smoke, that's Max. No kit. We have seen 9Z make these kinds of rounds expensive, so don't discount them too heavily. But the way Made in Brazil have been playing, with confidence, with gusto, really makes me doubt the pistols. Made in Brazil, getting the setup for an AA play. Is there anybody really on the site proper? No. The player outside towards Unbreakable, going towards Mini. 2 towards Ramp, slowly inching in. And Titani with the AUG will catch that player Mini that I just mentioned before. Player coming up the vents is David. He's caught, does some damage, sure, but doesn't get the kill. Player headed with Eagle, finds nothing. And Insani beheads him, burns and drops try. Exit finds DGT. Is that 2 flawless rounds in a row for Made in Brazil?
I believe it is.
Miracles for the T economy. Look at their money. Look at their money. Watch when they buy nades. They'll have so much left in the bank. What's the minimum? 6.5K for Turtle? That's a lot of money to have in the bank across the board.
That's a little bit of cash.
I could use that influx right about now.
Yeah, you and me both. I don't think there's anyone here who wouldn't be happy with that kind of an influx.
Fair. 9Z have the buy. They have the AUG yet again for DGT. They have the op as well in the wings. No, actually there's a kit. Never mind. That point's gone by the wayside. Max does have it. But there is a lack of utility. Not the best utility, all things considered, and that's definitely a lot left to be desired. A triple nade. We've seen it at least once before, and yet 9Z still discount the possibility of it coming through yet again. An opening going the way of Made in Brazil, an opening that's not counterable either.
No, it's not. There's no return. There's no chance for Buda on that one. He just gets airstriked. More like an artillery strike, but the end result is the same. Exit gets caught on a jump smoke, though, and Try will be very happy to grab that. Max is around the red boxes. Henny's not watching for him. That's a free B. Now there's another one around the boxes. I think Max is waiting for that flash. Yes, he is. Good assist from Try, but in the meantime, DGT gets caught. Try has come through J-Hall, and he is struck onto Insani. All up to Turtle now. The last man alive for Made in Brazil as 9Z are looking to get another round of the board on this CT side, which actually I think is something that, I don't know, let's look at the money here for 9Z. If they lose an extra player, they're not going to have a buy. It's going to be very poor. because they're at first round loss here, or close to it. Okay, that's big. That's huge. Not losing an extra guy, because, I mean, yeah, look at that. 3,400, 3,600. That's not a lot of money. That is so little money.
Yeah, time to get back on my soapbox. That second round is always harder to win than the first if you lose players. And it can send your house of cards tumbling. As you can see, even if they keep 3 players alive, keep it relatively clean, all that means is the next buy will be equally solid. Rifles across the board with the op. If they lose this round, it's still back to pistols. It's still a difficult spot to be, so they need this second round, and ideally they need it cleanly to really build that economy in earnest.
Utility being chucked on towards the A side again. And they're wary of that nade stack towards Silo, but it's a vent drop from MIBR. They creep through the smokes and down to B. DGT caught him in the drop, and he can find nothing but death. The bomb will go down. Max is caught. Save call has to be made by 9Z, and let's try can do something a little more than one. Exit right there for the refrag, though. Burns in another one from outside.
It's quite a down.
11. Yeah.
It's at 29. He's probably might get 30 here under Burns, and depending on the timing. Oh, yep. There's the 30. Cool. Inconsequential, though. Not important. The badge you can wear with pride. For the most part, your kills have quieted down and they've been unimpactful.
Try's heated up, though.
Try has. Well, it's expected. We talk about it. CT side, more often than not, Try heats up.
Yes. Except on overpass against Paqueta.
It's true. There is the occasional full moon, you know, once in a month.
More like a new moon.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know too much about the moons, I'm sorry. Study fish, not the...
You should. You're a fish guy. That's tidal and
freshwater, freshwater, freshwater.
There's still tides in freshwater.
Oh, there is. I know. Signals more about the mating, you know.
True.
So much.
It also does affect their bite.
Oh, it does, definitely. Regardless, it is... What is this buy? They have an op for Try, an M4 for David, some pistols surrounding. Another one of these weird ones where they're not going to have an op in the following, they have to cut corners on the following
Unless they win it.
investment. Unless they win it, I guess. You keep saying
Actually,
that.
no, DGT can drop an op. He's got 3K.
Does he? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably able to drop an op, but still, I feel like there's going to be at least some compromises made.
There will be probably utility.
Maybe even a kit. Talked about before. But Made in Brazil should be poised to find a 14th, barring heroics from David and Try.
You never know. Buda's Deagle can catch one off, or an upgrade can happen for DGT or Max. The 5.7's up close and personal, always a dangerous prospect. Try at ramp, though, is going to get tested. He's going to deal with the first. And will they even reface this? I don't know. Henny's got the bomb, but he's kind of stuck here. But Try's going to back away and kind of just play a more survivable angle. Keep an eye on things, sure, but make sure he doesn't go down. That's a good adjustment from the Opper. He's already revealed his position. He doesn't need to die yet. He can get another kill, get the double man advantage, and have the pistols flood into sight while he just provides cover.
The hole's been found. There's 4 players stacking A with the op ramp. That means no one's towards secret. Player down below is going to be a B split. All on this duel versus the Opper. How much are they going to give Try? They give him a second. They give him an avenue out as well. Burns into the vents. Will cut off the rotation. It might even be a double back towards A with that double. Looking for the 30. Might even find it. Heaven player has exposed himself. He's dropped. Burns in. Does he spot the Deagle? He does get the kill. David trays, but now he's alone and on an island. 2 versus 2. Try on the no-scope finds one. Try finds them both up the vents. The round could have gone either direction to the very bitter end, but it's the 2 rifles, the one on backside and the op on Try, to give 9Z a second wind and an opportunity to shut down Made in Brazil.
The hero op and M4 purchase. Kevlar and pistols on the rest, but it's Try who gets his team forward with a victory. 4 critical kills, really well managed by the Opera out towards ramp again. Very high IQ counter-strike there from Try on that readjustment. And then hitting his shots, not missing anything, a no-scope to boot. He's having himself a Nuke CT half again. They catching up to David slowly but surely. They need one more to join the party. It just can't be a 2-man show or a 1-man band as the case has been in these halves. David removed for the first one.
Keep in mind,
that is not the start that 9Z need.
Yeah, their money's still bad too. They only had 2 players survive. The most money in the bank is 2,000 on Max. Sure, he'll find one. They line up for the op. He finds one and tags the second. Henny will trade. But can he find the second? This is the duel that could really bring Made in Brazil back into it. He finds it. Well poised from Henny. He finds that kill as well, despite the low HP. And a 3 versus 2 is now secured. Buda and DGT both have had quiet maps thus far, and both have to try and pick up the pieces now. Try's no longer in the server. He found 4 in the round prior. He was the reason they came out ahead in round number 25. And now he has to watch and see how it transpires in round number 26. Insani, Henny, 2 heavy hitters still alive as well. 2 top of the board for Made in Brazil. Buda, though, towards Mustang. And DGT up heaven. This gamble is the right call. The question is, will it work in their favor? I spot the play their heaven. Do they spot Mustang? Turtle? No! He's caught. Buda drops into DGT. Swinging in off the contact. Finds the other 2. We're questioning it. Could they pull it off? And the answer is yes, they can. Buda grabs the yacht, recovers it from the body of the fallen Made in Brazil. Henny in 9Z. Their economy's still not great, but they've chipped away at the money built by Made in Brazil, and they've also tied the game back up.
They've tied the game, and they're bringing it back, Nate. They're starting to pull this one closer and closer. In goes Buda for the first. Looking for more. MIBR starting to shake a little bit, quaking in their boots. Max spots the back of Burnson and removes the next pistol in line. 2 for none in the favor of 9Z. The AK still in Insani's hands, but there's no armor left on any of the T-sided players. And this can cause problems. This can cause major problems. A lead to 9Z at this stage can really make things difficult for MIBR. Ancient map 3 if we get there.
Keep in mind,
this one much closer than the first affair between these two yesterday.
It is. They're finally gonna make their decision. Looks like out the hut they'll come. Or out the door, excuse me. David posted up, but Buda's the one to take contact. He'll find 1, he'll find 2. Any on the Glock? Not a chance in this one. He's hiding in hut, cowering. And Made in Brazil need a timeout in now. In fact, I was even taking this round because communication has broken down. We had a player forcing into an AK. Exit only has 3250 now in the bank for the actual rifle buy as their opponents are knocking on 15. There's a clear communication breakdown on Made in Brazil, and they need to sort things out. They need to rectify the situation now, or this game is just going to end in 9Z's favor.
Well, they have to go all in now, Nate. AK's utility, Tech 9 for exit. It could be worse, but it can certainly be better for Made in Brazil. 9Z, 2 away from taking this one to a third. Halfway to revenge against Made in Brazil for last night's humiliation. Still need to finish the job, though. DGT very aggressive through trophy. Buda run into, there's a knife out for Insani, and Buda's gonna drop down. He's heard the one that slipped through the gap. The bomb drops for Buda. The confidence boost from the eco frags, fueling his fire and pulling him up for more. DGT runs into Henny, catches him looking the wrong way. Too many angles for Henny to hold, and he doesn't have his trusty op in hand. Just a Galil in that round. Max down the vents now, grouping up with the bomb. Buda around the angle, exit on the decon stairs. Burnson coming down secret, but Buda's ready for him. Gives him a parting gift of a cranial cave-in. Next to last man alive. Sprays for 1, but only 1. It's futile for Made in Brazil in this round. The force buy does not convert. And map point to 9Z.
I'm left at a loss at this point. They're going for a event drop. Where did this confidence come from 9Z? And where did this just panic set in for Made in Brazil? They were in control at one point. And now we're seeing players unable to even find the vents, going in front of it, falling to Buda with the knife out, letting Buda in to drop down the vents and finding a second. A player just fearlessly pushing trophy for 9Z. Caution to the wind for both teams, and it's now Made in Brazil just trying to make something work, trying to throw something at the wall. It's 13-15. If they lose this, they're out of this map, and yet they go in towards A with reckless abandon. It's 1 for 1 pistols, 1 Galil, 1 hero Galil, and that Molotov just further delays the plant. It, in fact, takes down the planter. It's kills back and forth. It's chaos and pandemonium, but it ends with Try in a 1 versus 1. Henny has more HP, sure, but Try has the big green in hand. Timing's everything, and Henny has found it. 27 kills to his name, and a round to boot. We're going to 30. Henny saves the op, sure, but the economy of Made in Brazil is still in a dour situation.
Dour indeed, and a third of 4 timeouts used by Made in Brazil. They are calling another one. They need to discuss what is going on, and they shall. Henny will receive an op. AKs will be shuffled around. 9Z just need one more round. At least they don't have to worry about being reset, because it is last round of the map. Of the regulation period, at the very least. Galils for Turtle and Insani. Utility. It's alright. Could be better. Not the worst. 33 for David. He had 28 coming to this half, if I remember right, Nate.
It's been the try show on CT side, as you mentioned.
Don't forget Buda in the last couple of rounds, too.
Buda's had a couple impactful kills as well. Yeah, I agree entirely. A lot rests on Henny and Try's shoulders, though. The ops dueling. And it's pensive now for Made in Brazil. It felt like, you know, throwing caution to the wind in the round prior was the only way to get one to stick. And now they actually have a chance to find a 30th, to find overtime. They don't want to punt it away. Far more measured. It's kind of shocking given how much success they found in the aggression that they go for this instead. A walk towards rep. There are 2 players here. Smoke goes down. DGT off angle, only good for 1. Try on the op, misses. He lines him up. Insani and exit shown the door as he finds a pair. It's Burns in and Henny. Sure, Henny bailed them out in the round prior, but that was a 1 versus 1 with the Galil in hand against a compromised Opper. This is a 2 versus 4, an entirely different ball game. They have 45 seconds left. They have the bomb. But what can they do to get back into it? This flank heaven has to do it all. Try, drops Henny, that's the bomb, and that should be the round. Burns in, walking in on the flank. Sure, he'll find one by novelty of the position, but what beyond that? 30 seconds left. He found the first, he found Try, but the player pressuring in will get the trade. Buda will prevent overtime from coming through and secure a 16th. 9Z, right when I thought they were lost on their CD side, they bring it right on back and they shut the door on Made in Brazil. They send us off to a third map. They send us off to the ruins of Ancient.
9Z hold.